Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is me Nadia Rajput from Desi TV USA. Let's have a look at the headlines. Trump calls on EU to pressure Putin with 100% tariffs on China and India. Russian attack kills 24 in Ukraine. Nepali troops move to restore order as death toll rises to 22. Let's look into details. US President Donald Trump has called on the European Union to hit China and India with tariffs of up to 100% as part of his efforts to force Russian President Vladimir Putin to end the war in Ukraine. He made the demand first reported by the Financial Times during a meeting between US and EU officials on Tuesday discussing options to increase economic pressure on Russia. The proposal comes as Trump struggles to broker a peace deal between Moscow and Kyiv and as Russia's strike on Ukraine intensifies. Separately, Trump told reporters on Tuesday that the plans to talk to Putin in a call this week or early next week. Ukraine's main government building in Kyiv was struck by a Russian missile over the weekend in an attack that was seen as both symbolic and major increase of aggression by the Kremlin. Over the weekend, attacks across the country marked the heaviest aerial bombardment on Ukraine since the war began. Ukraine said Russian forces used at least 810 drones and 13 missiles. On Tuesday, more than 20 civilians were killed by a Russian glide bomb in the eastern Donbass as they queued to collect their pensions. A Russian airstrike on Tuesday killed 24 people in the eastern Ukrainian town of Yarova. The victims were ordinary civilians waiting to collect their pensions. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky shared a video showing bodies near a burned van and a playground, calling it a brutally savage attack. Ukraine says Russia dropped a glide bomb, a type of weapon that can travel long distance. These bombs are designed to strike deep inside Ukrainian territory. Russia has claimed Donetsk as part of its territory, but it doesn't fully control the region. According to Kyiv, Moscow has gathered about 1 lakh troops near the front line, preparing for a large new offensive. In Nepal's capital, Kathmandu, the army was sent onto the streets Tuesday night after violent protests targeted top politicians, their homes, and government buildings. On Monday, security forces fired at protesters, killing at least 19 people. By Tuesday, fires were burning at the Parliament, Supreme Court, and lawmakers' homes. One former official's wife was badly injured, and even hotels and the airports were attacked. The army announced it was taking control of law and order and urged people to stop looting and arson. Soldiers and armed police were seen surrounding protesters by early Wednesday. Human rights groups, including the United Nations, condemned the killings and demanded an investigation, warning Nepal to follow international standards. Meanwhile, Home Minister Ramesh taking moral responsibility for the deaths. Nepal has reduced poverty a lot since its civil war from 1996 to 2006, but protesters say the country's wealth and power are still controlled by a small elite, fueling public anger. That's all for now. Keep watching Desi TV USA. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment, and don't forget to watch our channels Desi Urdu TV and DTV NN.
Neurological care is a pressing healthcare challenge in Pakistan. That's why Helping Hand USA is building Kind R, a world-class hospital with 130 plus clinics that is set to establish new standards for neurological care in Pakistan. As the first phase nears completion, anticipation is growing for the launch in the second half of 2025. Give zakat and sadaqah through Helping Hand USA today and join this historic endeavor to redefine future healthcare in Pakistan.